I have Tarkir Dragonstorm early. Wizards of the Coast sent me a collector's booster box for Tarkir Dragonstorm because I am a partner for this set, and I'm going to be opening it up, showing off the cards in there, some of these special treatments, and you can get these cards yourself in just a few weeks. 1 week from today, when I'm recording this, is pre-release, and a week after that is when the full set comes out. There is a serialized card in these boosters. Well, maybe not my boosters, but there are serialized Mox Jaspers out there. That's the new mana rock that can tap for mana of any color if you have a dragon. And I love dragons. Can you tell that I love dragons? I decided I would bring some of the boys out here to witness our pack openings. Yes, more dragons for the Dragonstorm. You saying I'm calling it? There's a serialized in that box? Yeah, I am. I'm going to open this up. We're going to get all the boosties. These are going to be pretty sweet. The collector's boosters can have some of the art treatments, which there's a bunch of art treatments in this set. There's also really sweet commander cards that could be in here. I'm gonna get Ugin, but like which treatment? Which beautiful treatment of Ugin? I would love to open an Ugin. The new 8 mana Ugin looks great. I'll let you guard over that. Boosty box. Give me this. There's even fetches, yeah, because they're on the special guest list. Oh, it's 7 mana? I didn't even get its cost right. Fake gamer. He's Tronable. I'm gonna take this over here. Oh, I got a token. I'm trying to see how they organize this. Okay, so we're gonna do these flipping over. And let me know if the camera is good for y'all, because it's good for me. As we get... Oh, it's one of these omens. A Feral Death Gorger. Unending Whisper. Shock Brigade. And I don't know the cards from this set that well yet. Gurmag Nightwatch, one of those hybrid mana cards. Wall of War. By the way, there's also some uncommon dragons to look out for. Encroaching Dragonstorm. This is pretty sweet. This is a new enchantment that gets you 2 lands that goes back to your hand if a dragon enters. So this is like your Circuitous Root style thing. But it also can be played again. So that's a pretty nice card to get, Encroaching Dragonstorm. Abzan Monument. And now we have one of the Dragon Frame Durgar Island Dragon. This has an omen. You love a watermarked card. It's the same exact thing, but this one is shiny. Okay. Land. It's not one of the Dragon's Islands, but it does have a dragon silhouette on it. It's kind of cool. Oh, it's Eshki! Hi, Eshki. This is one of 2 different Eshkis, I think, that are in the set, right? Because there's one in the commander set and there's one in the set itself. Neat. Yeah, so she has the teamer stamp on her. This is the first pack, yeah. Legendary. Reunion of the House. This is a mass reanimation spell. It's from the Big Butts deck. It's kind of like Nethroi if Nethroi didn't get you the lifelink and couldn't be recurred. Songcrafter Mage. So this is a new art treatment they're doing. It kind of reminds me of like the ghost treatment that Pokemon has with the black with white text. Songcrafter Mage. It gives things harmonize. Cool. This is the new Snapcaster. Sort of. It's sort of Snapcaster-esque. It's harmonize rather than flashback. Harmonize is pretty much flashback, but you can also use your creatures to help cast it, if I remember right. Great Erishian City. Enters taps unless you control a forest or a plains. Taps for black. Pay 2, taps, exile a creature covered from your graveyard to make a spirit token. Yeah, you use a single creature to help cast it. It's like a not quite convoke because it's based on the power of the creature, right? So interesting. So it's definitely like Abzan because it's comes in tapped unless you have a forest or a plains. Oh, that's kind of cool. Can repeatedly make you tokens if you have things to exile. Ooh, Anafenza. Anafenza, still dead, but back. This one is a flash first striker when a non-token creature, sorry, you control dies, she endures 2. So either makes a 2/2 or puts 2+1/+1 counters. Spirits. And I also have a dragon token and a reliquary dragon. So an okay first pack. Nothing too exciting there. But still, I do like these art treatments. I think the Anafenza is neat. Songcrafter Mage looks really cool with this as well. But nothing that's blowing my mind yet. Come on. Give me the goods. Wizards of the Coast, you sent me loaded packs, right? Getting the same dragon, the same uncommon dragon back to back, yeah. Mox chest for serialized. Aggressive negotiations. Dragonback Lancer. Got mobilize. Makes warriors that disappear. Whoop. The 8 millionth art treatment of Evolving Wilds. It's still good. Roamer's Routine. Gets you land and can be recast from your graveyard. Sun Pearl Kirin. That's a very pretty card in the foiling. Ooh, look at that. There we go. Got to get the light right on it. No sliding. I'll sort you guys later. Karakik Guardian? I think I said that right. Weird card. So a lot of you will remember Palladium Moors. Palladium Moors, one of Bolus's siblings. She had a legendary card in, I think it was M19, that it was exactly the same as this card. It was a mythic rare, except it had 1 more toughness. And this is an uncommon. Palladia less instead of Palladium Moors. I bet it's going to be decent and limited. Hey, it's legally distinct Rhino. It's not a Siege Rhino, but it's pretty close. For 3 mana, it's a 3/4 with trample, enters, and drains for 2 life. It's skirmishing, not sieging. I got a Disruptive Stormbrood, so this is the Dragon Frame for one of the uncommons. It's a nice omen on this one. Destroy creature of power 3 or less. When it enters, you destroy an artifact or enchantment. I think that's nice. It's a versatile enough card that it could see its way into some like casual dragon decks, but they have to have both green and black in their color identity in order to play this card. Ooh, that one's pretty. The Dragon Frame for the Jeskai Shrine Keeper. Neat. Omen is different than Adventure. All right, here's our first Dragon Island. Cool. Omens are spells that, here, let me actually just show what they do because it's going to be better for illustrating it. When you cast the Omen side of this spell, you shuffle the card back into your deck. It doesn't go to exile, you can't cast it again, but you might draw it again to cast it again. I really wish the templating were different on this. It's essentially 2 different spells and one says shuffle the card back in. And the other one is just a Dwagon. I wish it looked more dissimilar, though. It doesn't have the storybook look to it, but it's... at a glance, it looks about the same. Winter Night Stories. That is a 3 mana, draw 3, then discard 2, unless you discard a creature, and it has Harmonize, so you can cast it again. Ooh, Caldera Pyramaw. This is a commander card. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you put a +1/+1 counter on the creature, and then this creature deals damage equal to its power to target opponent. It's burninating, but it starts as just a 3/3. Hazy, thank you for the sub. It's a borderless. Oh, speaking of borderless, Roar of Endless Song. It makes 2 elephants, and then it makes the elephants big. That's gonna end a lot of games. Getting a lot of Teamer cards. Yeah, I think I might sort them by color. Yo, it's Tival! All right, so this is the contender for the most broken card in the set. Tival, Arbiter of Virtue. Flying, lifelink. All spells you cast have Delve, but whenever you cast a spell, you lose life equal to its mana value, which means you better be gaining some life to make it worth casting. Tival is essentially, you mill yourself, you fill that graveyard, and you use it to cast all your stuff. But first, you gotta get the stuff in the graveyard, get your spell ready, then you play Tival, and then you get the value. It is non-foil, and it's the dragon frame alt art. I don't think it's going to be broken in Standard. I think this is the sort of thing that people are going nuts with in Commander. Kind of like Muldrotha and similar things. It's just like, yeah, you can do some wild stuff when you give everything Delve. That's probably the coolest card I've opened so far. What is this? Death begets life. Focus, camera, focus. It's a giant Sultai board wipe. Destroy all creatures and enchantments and draw a card for each permanent destroyed this way. Well, yep, that's an 8 mana big old board wipe. Art looks neat. Also got a token. It's a spirit or a spirit. One of them is a star, and one of them is a 3/3. Yeah, I think the art in this set is stellar. It's hard because, like, we're coming from Aether Drift, which was like, oh my god, Aether Drift. Hey, you guys like cars and explosions? I prefer dragons. Reveal. Poised Practitioner. I want to open Ugin. It's always going to be the commons and uncommons first. Wingspan Stride. You think the alt arts for Aether Drift were nice? I didn't like the Rude Riders. I think that the other ones, I don't remember what they were called, were kind of neat. But... sorry, I'm hiccuping over here. I want to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride. Gear Hulks looked cool. They did. And some of, like, the big dragons, like Agonosaur looks cool. But there was a lot of cars. Battle Priest. Salt Road Skirmish. Destroys creatures. Makes creatures that go away. Traveling Botanist. It's a dog. So they made the dogs in this Return to Tarkir much more buppy. They're very much like dog head on humanoid body. So kind of more like, you know, anthro furry versus the like kind of jackal looking ones. A little more alien. It's cool though. Whenever this becomes tapped, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, get a land in your hand. Otherwise, you could choose to put it in your graveyard. Nice. And it's also a 2 mana 2/3. That's kind of nice. This will be great at crewing vehicles. Speaking of Aether Drift. Boulderborn Dragon. It is a common dragon in the fancy frame. It's an artifact. Ooh! Yo, Slayer Jams! Thank you for gifting 5 subs! Thank you for gifting subs to Caro, Inactual Hee-Haw, Texas, TCG Trading, Endless Garden, Guapo Pescado. Thank you so much for gifting those subs. So this is just a anybody can play a dragon. It's 5 mana, it's colorless, it's a 3/3 flying vigilance when attacks you surveil. Neat. My first colorless card? Thank you so much for supporting the channel. You will be blessing our packs. Another common dragon. A lot of dragons in these frames. Oh, hey, it's another one of these dragon lands. So we have 2 of them so far. Move out of the way, ma'am. Can I get all 5? One's shiny, one's not. I actually prefer things not shiny for something like this. Unless they did some like really crazy highlighting. Ignore them. My piles are just piling. People are going to watch this. They're going to be like, Amy, why didn't you organize? You usually put things by color. Yeah, well, I didn't feel like it this time. Okay. Now check out my Flamehold Grappler. What is this? 3 mana, 3/3 first strike. When it enters, copy the next spell you cast this turn. When you cast it, you may choose new targets for the copy. Oh. The eyes have it. Thank you for the biddies. Huh. That's kind of neat. Just copies whatever your next spell is. Thank you, default setting. Thank you for taking money away from Jeff Bezos and giving it to me. So I can use it for magic. It's the Will of the Sultai. This is one of the commander cards. If you control commander, you get both instead of just one. And it's target player mills 3. Return all lands from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Your graveyard. And then put X +1/+1 counters on target creature with X in the number of lands you control. And it gains trample. Make a big. Cool. Ta-da! Ooh, what are you? Teamer Battle Rider. During your turn, spells you cast cost 1 less for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Oh my god, I wish this were legendary so bad. I'd be like, Goreclaw, you're getting shoved in the trash. Frogamid, thank you for the 9-month resub. This is sweet though. It's an Orc Ranger. If you're doing like a Teamer Big Boys deck, like, is it Eshka? Which is the lady that's the bigger the creature you cast, the more damage, the like bigger she gets, and then she does damage. It's like power 6 or more. That lady. It's Eshki. Yeah, this is gonna go nuts with Eshki. Red shirt down. Thank you for the 5-month resub. Thank you also for using your Twitch Prime. And Frogamid, thank you for the 9-month resub. We got so many subs happening. We're on a little hype train. So we can go look at some holes. Hey, who up? Surveying they sinkhole. It's me. I am. 2 mana, 1/3 bird. When attacks, you lose life and endure. Ah. Last card. Oh my god. It's the devoid art. I don't know what they're calling it, but the colorless art. Foil Craterhoof Behemoth with the Magali. Nice. I like a Craterhoof Behemoth of any type. This is a really nice Craterhoof Behemoth. RP, thank you for gifting 5 subs to celebrate this very good pull. Wits, Brit, Lone Wolf, Bender, and Jude, welcome to the crew. Or as my partner would say, welcome to the jungle. Hoof! There it is! Put it in the pile. Now I have to get Magali to sign it. She'll probably be at, like, Atlanta. I'm not going to be at Vegas. Yes. Oh, my beloved. There's also a dragon token and a warrior token. It's the good cheddar. Oh, so's that. Thank you for the 500 bits. Sheesh. Yeah. It's really pretty. Here, let me zoom and enhance here. Give you guys the whole little wow. Shanghai Ping, thank you for gifting 5 subs to Pterodactyl, Proto J-Man, Houndor, Dragon Install, and Bakova. You guys want it in a sleeve or something? Maybe we can sleeve it. Got some perfect fits or something around here. The flavor text is funny. Some days you wish you were fighting in Eldrazi. Benjo Krebs, thank you for the sub. We do have some perfect fits. And some not so perfect fits. Yeah, it's sweet. We're gonna have Craterhoof Behemoth and Llanowar Elfin Standard. Can you have that? No, it's mine. Wizards of the Coast gave me a box with the pretty hoof in it. Because they know I like the hoof. There, now it's marginally more protected. Here, we'll put it over there. So everybody sees it as I put everything else in horrible piles. It's a very pretty hoof. So pretty. So good. Somebody in chat wanted a dab. Never gonna get that perfect mint rating. Kidding me? I'm opening this with my fingies. Waiting for me to smash CGB with that hoof. Here's a fun little like factoid about when you're playing Commander on camera. You almost always take out cards like Craterhoof Behemoth out of your deck because they can end games too suddenly. And you need to film content, right? Ice Rage Servant. Oh, it bounces things. Do I like Magic Arena or Paper more? They're very different. For like playing tons of games, Magic Arena is great. Huh. It's pretty nice. So this is not quite a murder. It's a 1 mana kill a dragon spell. Or no, 5 mana kill a dragon spell. I thought I said 2 less. It costs 3 mana to kill any creature, but 5 to kill a dragon in a set that's like all dragons. That's rough. Want me to stay hydrated? All right. Class misread. Listen, eyeball's bad. Oh, Scoured Barrens is in here. Gainlands. Amy, there's only 7 dragons. Blastburn, how many dragons are in the set? No, now you're saying 27. Is it caffeinated water? I'm actually on a caffeine cut right now. I'm having less caffeine. Huh. Interesting twist on an edict. Target opponent exiles a creature they control and their graveyard. Neat. Glacial Dragon Hunt. So do I like which one more? Between Magic and Arena? You can't compare the two. They're extremely different. One of them is a social game I'm playing for fun with my friend. The other one is actually mostly something I do like on camera for my stream. But I'm not like hanging out with my buds. Yeah, it could be a good sideboard card for standard, depending on what's in the play. It's a sorcery speed spell though. This is cool looking. Twin Moss Stormbrood. Gains you life. Very expensive dragon. It's got an omen. Yeah, like, I play Paper Magic so much less frequently than Arena. It's also, like, I've said this before. There was, like, a 5-year period where I don't think I played Paper Magic sober. Because it was just like, yeah, this is what we do when we're drinking beer. Got that cool frame. Another Boulderborn dragon. Do we do F&Ms? I don't have an LGS. Boston has very few game stores, and the one that's like the biggest, Pandemonium, is kind of super spiky. There's a comic store, though, near me that has started hosting Magic events. They're doing Friday night drafts and Monday night Commander, and I believe they're also going to be doing a Tarkir pre-release, so I might try this comic store. They only opened about a year ago, so like they're fresh. Put that down there. Yeah, its rent costs are just too high in Boston for card stores to really survive. It's too bad. Dragonfire Blade! This is a one-man equipment, but its equip cost goes down based on the number of colors the target has. So a 5-mana creature, it is free to equip to. It gives +2/+2 and hexproof from monocolored. Not bad. That's pretty cool. The flavor text. It is as if the metal itself rages. Angry. Oh, I didn't drink at the LGS. There is a place called Tavern of Tales in Boston, I think is what it's called, where it is sort of a game store. They host D&D and Magic events, and you can drink there. There's also you have to pay bar prices, though. There's also Night Moves. Night Moves in Brookline, I think, might have a bring your own beer policy. So you might be able to bring your own alcohol there if you're playing there. They don't host events, though. It's just a place you can play in. Transforming Flourish has Demonstrate. Is Demonstrate opponents can copy it, but you get another copy too? Destroy target, artifact, or creature you don't control. If that permanent is destroyed this way, its controller exiles cards from the top of its library until they exile a non-land card. Then may cast a card without paying its mana cost. Huh. So it's not quite a Chaos Warp, but it's Chaos Warp-ish. But it guarantees a hit. Not a May. The opponent's forced to copy it. Interesting. Yeah, it's a commander card. Avenger of the Fallen. Death Touch. Mobilize X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Oh. That could go pretty wide. So Mobilize makes the warrior tokens that can attack this turn but then go away at the end of turn. That seems pretty good. Yeah, the black cards, it's a fairly like dark black. I think they look pretty nice in person. Another village. Comes in tapped unless you have an island or a swamp. Taps for green and pay 4 tap to surveil. I don't know. I want this to be better. It's pretty, though. Hey, Zurgo! I thought you were a bell ringer. Zurgo, Thunder's Decree. 3 mana, 2/4, Mobilize 2. Makes it so the warriors from Mobilize don't get sacrificed. By the way, the sacrifice does still trigger, like, on-death effects, like your Blood Artists. Zurgo got a promotion. Yeah, and he's shiny, too. This is what this looks like in foil. I really wish that they did, I want to say Flesh and Blood has a card treatment where they have the matte printing and then selective foiling. I think that would go hard on the black. Spirit token, spirit token. Has Magic foils gotten better? These ones are pretty good. It really does depend a lot on the printing. So like these ones, they're pretty flat, but this is also like a very fresh box. I do live in an area, though, that unfortunately has very high humidity. So sometimes my foils get real bendy. Some foils are rough. Some are nice. Some of them delaminate if you mess with them too much. Okay, ready? Whatcha? Bloodfell Caves. Coordinated Maneuver. Molten Exhale. Removal. Boulderborn Dragon without the fancy treatment. Iridescent Tiger. Oh, shiny Taigi. Huh. Yeah, it refunds its mana cost, but in Wooburg. It's a 5 mana 3/4. When it enters, if you cast it, you get 5 mana. That's kind of neat. Nomad Outpost. Oh, I didn't realize they reprinted these. Cool. Yeah, some of these cards were not revealed before today. I had to wait until the gallery went live to do the opening. Right of renewal, brings stuff back. They're not triumphs. No. These are the outposts. So they're just comes in tapped, taps for any of the 3 mana. Pretty nice and limited. Karakit Guardian again. This is the Palladia Less, but with different art treatment. Rune Scale Stormbrood. The art goes hard. Who did this art? Massive Face. Oh, he did some of the Kaldheim stuff, or she did? I don't know who it is. Some of the like metal treatments. Hardcore, bro. Forest. The dragon silhouettes. What do I think of Omen? I wish it looked on the card less like Adventure. Yathan Road Watcher, an Abzan card. When it enters, if you cast it, mill 4 cards. When you do, return target creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Cool. Can fill up the board, help you go wide. Hammerhead Tyrant. Oh, I saw this card yesterday. It's kind of neat. This is from the Commander set. 6 mana, 6/6. Whenever you cast the spell, return up to 1 target non-land permanent an opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to the spell's mana value to its hand. It's kind of like a fairer Hullbreaker horror. It can't hit things on the stack. It does still bounce stuff when you spell it. And it also has like this mana value restriction. It's still cool, and it's on a dragon. They revealed this on Tuesday, I think, on Weekly MTG. Yeah, Diet Hullbreaker. Naga Flesh Crafter. This is another even-costed clone. Garuda Guy is happy. It also has Renew from the graveyard, which is kind of neat. Turning all of your cards into the same card until end of turn. Where's this guy's eyes? You can kind of see him right above the beak that's emerging because he's like transforming into a Birdman. Baron Step Siege. 4 mana enchantment. When it enters, you choose Abzan or Mardu. Abzan is at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and Mardu is at the beginning of your end step. If a creature died under your control, each opponent sacrifices a creature. It's a fun cycle. And another Dragonfire Blade, but this one with a different art treatment. It's got the dragon frame to it. Sure, I guess it's a... You know what? It should say Artifact Dragon Equipment. Chat, do you agree? Artifact Dragon Equipment right here? Should be. Token. I do like this. It's pretty. Focus! Reliquary Dragon. So messy. Yeah, I figured, you know, for anybody who's gotten this far in, usually when I do my unboxings, I do it very, like, organized. I put things in piles based on their types, and it takes a lot more time. And then people are like, you take so long opening your packs. And then people are always, like, weird about that. So I figured, you know what? Those comments, you know what that is? That's engagement. And you know what the YouTube algorithm needs? Engagement. So, yeah, you should comment and say, Amy, you so messy. You so messy. Stormblade to pain bimp. Good enough. Snowmelt Stag. It becomes a 5/2. It's a 2/5 otherwise. Yeah. It's good press. This is the new art for Snakeskin Veil. I think it looks nice. You need a signed land from me? If you ever find me at a convention, I just sign whatever. But I don't mail out signed things. They sure like reprinting Snakeskin. I'm fine with it. A veteran ice climber. Huh. That's just a guy climbing some ice. Can't be blocked, though. And he's vigilant. Oh, can mill a player. That's kind of neat. I like this design. Mill's based on its power. Can't be blocked, vigilance. It's not ice climbers, it's just one. Just one ice climber. The Jeskai, I read that as shrimp peeler. Yeah, the Jeskai shrimp peeler. Rakshasa's bargain. You know you shouldn't, and the Sultai forbid you, but you can't resist the temptation, can you? It gets you cards. Look at the top 4, put 2 into your hand, rest into your graveyard, and it costs up to 6 mana, and as low as 3. Telling me Jeskai filled that shrimp? Whirlwing Stormbrew. A lot of these uncommon and common dragons in a dragon frame. Yeah, I don't know. To me, Rakshasa's bargain is... It feels very limited, but it's also like... Casting it for 4, I think, is the, like, on rate. So... But it's cool that you could put it technically into any deck. Twin Moss Stormbrood. This one is a removal on the Omen. Gains you the life when it enters. I like that art. Another silhouette or like shadow planes. Still only 2 Dragon Eye lands. I need these. They remind me of the old like Wyvern card game. Great Ereshkigal City again. Become the Avalanche. This is a really weird one. So it's a 6 mana sorcery. Draw a card for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Then they all get +X/+X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. All your creatures do. So this is an overrun that can also draw you cards, but wants you to already have big boys. It doesn't give trample, though. Still, could be a cool finisher. It's a commander card, I think, not from the set itself. No trample. Thunder of Unity. Draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Whenever a creature you control enters, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. Okay. It's fine. Mardu gets to draw cards. That's cute. Ooh, the new Sidisi. So Sidisi is smaller than she used to be. She's just a 1/3. She lost her death touch, but she taps, sacrifices a creature you control with a mana value X other than Sidisi to return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. She's kind of like a graveyard pod. It's like mana value X+1. And it has to be exactly X+1. She still tutors from the graveyard. Yeah, I think it's cool. I'll try to build her as a commander for Brawl Stars, I think. All right, last card in the pack. It's another one of these. Come on, focus. The camera's like, yeah, I don't care. It's another Thunder of Unity. Soldier Token. Soldier Token. This one's a 2/2. That one's a 1/1. All right, we're halfway through the box. The HOOF, still the pride and glory of this pack. Are fetches and collector's boosters? I thought they would be. You know, I can actually check on the gallery if the special guests are in here, because we have not seen a single special guest card. And the fetches are foils and collector's boosters? Yeah, if you want to open up fetches, I think Modern Horizons 3 had like one of the best hit rates for them. Special guests in all packs. Oh, I guess we just haven't seen them yet. Scale foil. I don't think I've seen any scale foils yet, or at least I didn't notice, and I think it would be obvious. Resellers are dying inside looking at this pile. Why? Because they're haters. Because it's not organized for quick inventorying for resale. Breaching Dragonstorm, another one of the Dragonstorm enchantments. Exile the card from the top of your library until you exile a non-land. You can cast it without paying its mana value, and if its mana value is 8 or less. Oh, if its mana value is 8 or less, and if you don't, put the card into your hand. So you can't use this to get a 10 cost card for free. And whenever a dragon enters, it goes back in your hand. Mardu Monument. Gets you lands into your hands. Ooh, that's cute. Look at this little chunker.
Bleh. My mom said I'm allowed to get the Happy Meal because they have Minecraft toys. But I don't like Minecraft.
It puts a land into your hand. And is a dragon. That's fun. Little pudgy boy. He's so cute. I know. The Teeming Dragonstorm. This is the white Dragonstorm enchantment. When this enchantment enters, create 2/2/2 white soldier creature tokens, and dragons entering will put this back into your hand. That seems very good for limited. 4 mana, make 2/2s, and you have the potential to recast it later or discard it, like after putting it back in your hand. It's a swamp with a dragon silhouette. I do like both sets of the lands. I just want the kind of cheesy ones. How many Dragonstorms do we have? We have 3 different colors of them so far. We've seen the green, the red, and now the white. Sinkhole Surveyor, but with the regular art here. We saw one of those before. Jaws of Defeat. Okay, so this is in the Abzan precon. This card slaps so much if you're playing like a Doran deck or just any big booty deck. The Baiter that's in the set, which I haven't actually opened one yet, and I'm kind of pissed off of it because I really like that card. Jaws of Defeat. Whenever a creature enters, target opponent loses life equal to the difference between the power and toughness. So you play like Tree of Perdition and yeah, you see where it's going, right? The fatter the ass, the bigger they fall. From the commander set. Stadium Headliner. It's a 1/1 goblin with Mobilize 1. Ooh, aggressive. So it makes a soldier or it makes a warrior to attack with. Sacrifice the creature. It deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature. Huh, interesting. Cool goblin. Does this work with creatures with a higher power? I guess. If you have things that are extremely high power and very low toughness, I guess it would also work. Because it's asking for the difference. Yeah. Ooh, Altar Ireni. This is Ireni, the Song Unending. This is the big chunker. Flying, protection from white and black. When she enters, I think she deals X damage dividing as you choose among the number of target creatures and planeswalkers your opponents control. X is the number of lands you control. And it's a 10/10. Big. Last card is that Sarkhan? Sarkhan, who's thirsty for dragons. When he enters, you can behold a dragon, make a treasure. They just straight up, behold is the same in Magic as it is in Legends of Runeterra. With the only exception if the computer does it for you. In Runeterra, it's so funny to me that they're like, yeah, we're gonna have Behold a dragon. I don't think that they did as much with Behold in this as they did with Runeterra, but they might change that. Sarkhan. Loves dragons. Monk token. Funk token. What is Behold? Reveal from your hand or have one in play and you have beheld. Gentlemen, behold! Collector's boosters have such thick packing. I haven't gotten a Mox Jasper at all yet. I haven't gotten my big booty Bator. I have gotten High Spire, Bell Ringer. Ring-a-ding-a-ding! Just cast that thing. Nightblade Brigade. That's another Garblin. This one's Death Touching. Have I pulled anything crazy? I got that hoof. There it is. Well, this is the other art for Sagu Wildling.
Well, if that guy's not gonna eat his McDonald's, I'm gonna have it instead.
Dragonstorm Globe. Each dragon you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter and adds mana of any color. So this is kind of like the were they in AFR? No, they were in the they were in Battle for Baldur's Gate. The Baldur's Gate dragon orbs. But they didn't call it an orb. This one they're calling it a globe. It should be an orb. It's an orb. Not technically rare. I'm putting it up there so I remember. Rally the Monastery. Costs 2 less if you've cast another spell this turn. Makes some monks. Or gets dropped on the floor. Makes things bigger, right? Oh, 3 choices. Up to 2 target creatures you control each get +2/+2. Or destroy a creature of power 4 or greater. Nice modality. It are the orbs of dragon kind. Gurmag Rakshasa. They are no longer cats. They have corrected the error of old D&D fault, I guess, of them being cat demons. Hey, Eerie! Thank you for the sub. It's got menace. Makes a thing small. Makes a thing big. It's D&D's fault, yeah. Jeskai Monument. Riling Dawnbreaker. I like that for limited, though. It is like you cast this, and then it gets shuffled back in, and then you can cast that later in the game. Another Sagu Wildling. He loves the goo. My baby niece and nephew call anything that's kind of like sloppy goo. The like applesauce is goo. They're like a year old. 2 years almost? They might almost be 2 years old. That's crazy. Anyway, here's Dragon Back Assault. When it enters, it deals 3 damage to each creature in each planeswalker. Whenever land you control enters, you get a dragon! You get... Out of the way. You get this dragon. I'm having a Jeskai moment. Yeah, it's not Jeskai Monument. I'm having a Jeskai moment. Will of the Jeskai. The will is that you have a moment. This is part of the will cycle. So if you control your commander, you get both modes. Each player may discard their hand and draw 5 cards. It's a may, not a must. Yeah, I know. Nekasar players crying. Each instant and sorcery in your graveyard gets flashback, and the flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. Yeah, it's not Jessica's will, it's Jeskai's will. Herd Heirloom. This is a 2-mana artifact that can make mana for any creature spell. That's a 2-mana mana rock. Brawl players, you know what that means. It's playable. Also, until end of turn, target creature you control with power 4 or greater gains trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. This, to me, feels like it's playable in Brawl. I don't know if we'll see much Commander play, because there's better rocks there, but I do like the design of this. Scavenger Regent. Each non-dragon creature gets -X until end of turn, and flying ward, discard a card on the other side. That's a good 4-mana 4/4 flyer right there. Definitely good for limited. He's like a bug. It's like a bug-looking dragon. The Regent's double-sided? Oh, what? Huh? Why? Oh. The hell? It's the stupid baby things. No. So we saw these getting shown on the stream. So there's the weird baby art of some of the cards. Listen, Wizards of the Coast, this stuff looks cool. I get there, you're doing a lot of different treatments. What's with the baby art? Baby dragon. Sorry, guys. I'm going to use Time Wizard to turn him into 1,000-year dragon. I'm sure some people will like it. Like, people who like the kawaii stuff. All right. Last card in the pack. Another Great Aershin City. That's like the third one. Spirit token. Spirit token. We got the spirit we want to hear it. I got four packs left. It looks like very Mom, I threw up. Mom, I flew up. Yeah, this is, for anybody trying to look up the art of this, it's collector's number 379. Have I gotten a Jasper yet? Not of any type. My chances of getting a serialized one are very, very low. I've only seen like 2 cards in this cycle so far. My CGB commander just went up? What? Did I get tagged on like Discord? The other worst commander show? Tarkir Dragonstorm! Hey, 22 minutes ago. Okay, we can watch that later. Maybe. I want to show you guys my better deck. It's the betterst. Agent of Kotis. Adorned Crocodile. Oh my croc. I'm doing a set review tomorrow on my stream. Mardu Devotee. Scries and turns your mana into different mana. Devoted Duelist. Oh, pings. Aegis Sculptor. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile 2 cards from your graveyard, and if you do, it gets a +1/+1 counter. What do I think of the set's rare lands for a 3-colored set? They don't help fixing, but there's good fixing on your commons. All the YouTube videos are dropping right now. I guess whatever, I think it's because the gallery is now live, so everybody's allowed to release their content. Unrooted Ancestor. That's what I'm doing. This is content, baby. Embargo lifted. Disrupted Stormbrood. That's a cute baby dragon. Oh, it's not a baby. It just looked kind of small. Embargo unbargoed. Another Twin Moss Stormbrood. Why is he so little? I don't know. Why ain't you so little? Plastered Finger. I didn't want you guys to see my nasty nail from where I got knifed. Island, but not one of the eyeball. I want more eyes. Yeah. Another Thunder of Unity, but this time with the other art. Piles. There. Make it look worse. Hey, there we go. Oh, it's the other better. This is the Commander Precon better. He's cool too. But I like the one that's in the set more because he's just like, count up how much ass you got. The more ass, the more you get. 40 ass, half the life. This is the reanimation one, it reminds me a lot of the bats from Bloomborough. It's actually like the same theme. At the beginning of your end step, you put a number of +1/+1 counters on up to one other target creature you control equal to the amount of life you gained, and then return a creature from your graveyard based on the mana value equal to or less to than the amount of life you lost. So you want to pay life and gain life. Yeah. The precon, I will say, is not built around this card, but you can build around this card. Specifically, you get things that gain you life, and then you just pay a total life to like black market connections and stuff. Eshki Dragonclaw. Nice. This is the same one as before. Not the Commander Eshki. What's this? Focus! Oh, it's another part of this cycle. The encampments. This one taps for white, comes in untapped if you have a swamp or mountain. Whenever you attack this turn, create 2 1/1 warrior creature tokens. Tapped and attacking, they get sacrificed. Okay, that's 3 and a tap for that. Codis the Fang Keeper. Please and fangs you. Gets you stealing. If this is... It's the Sultai Crime card on a stick, which is actually really sweet. And yes, of course, I will be building around it. It's Villainous Wealth. Yes, it's Villainous Wealth. I forgot the name. Villainous Wealth on a stick. I like this idea for a Sultai Crime card, but it's very much reliant on the fact that this is indestructible. It's a 2/1, and you better make it like unblockable or death touch or something. You can do something with it. That's the last card in that pack. I have only 3 packs left. You want to build them as a dumb mutate deck? I hate to break your heart, but even though it's Sultai and those are like the best mutate cards, they haven't printed any new mutate since mutate first came out. No, this one's not a human. He's a zombie warrior. I want the good stuff. Give me the goods now. Now, card game me. Card game me. I know, I wish they would bring back mutate, but it's such a rules headache. I think that's why they don't. Give me the Jasper. All right. Flip this over and we got our random uncommons, our Osseous Exhales to Bonify, Watcher of the Wayside, it's a golem. Piercing Exhale. Does more if dragon. Reputable Merchant. Did we only have Behold dragons in this? Yeah, I think they'll bring back Behold. Puts counters on stuff. Wingblade Disciple. Sunset Strike Master. Frontline Rush. Encroaching Dragonstorm. Alt art. I do like Encroaching Dragonstorm as an enchantment-based piece of ramp. Armament Dragon. These are pretty sweet. Distributes counters on your critters. Big dragon. Also, the art looks nice. Ugh, it's another one of them mountains. Come on, I want the eyes! I've only had 2 in the boosty box. Are they only in collector's boosters? Stillness in Motion. At the beginning of your upkeep, you mill 3 cards. Then, if your library has no cards in it, exile this enchantment and put 5 cards from your graveyard on top of your library in any order. I wish it would win you the game, but it doesn't. Eyes are only in collector boosters. I wanted the whole set. Aligned Heart. 3 mana. It's from the Commander set. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a rally counter on it, and then make a monk for each rally counter. Okay. Siege of the Skies. When you cast this turn, if you cast another spell this turn, you copy it. Huh. Neat. It's got flying and lifelink. That's going to be very annoying and limited. They'll just have to send me another box. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Wizards of the Coast, you have my address. Another Dragonfire Blade. All right, last card. It's another Herd Heirloom. Heirloom. Pronouncing that is hard. It's got the blackout effect in its foil. I think the blackout looks better without foil because they didn't make it pop that much, if you know what I mean. If it was like a more intense foiling on that and like the matte there, I think it would look so cool. Heirloom. I do like heirlooms. It's a heirloom. Are you weaving with hair? Chat, there's only 2 packs left. I got Delta Bloodflies. When it attacks, if you control a creature with a counter on it, each opponent loses 1 life. Neat. Sibsic Appraiser. When it enters, you get to put a card on top of your deck and 1 in your graveyard. Dusyut Earth Carver. It's an elephant. When it enters, it endures. Rescue Leopard. Oh my gosh, look at the baby. I'm normal about it. When it becomes tapped, you can loot.
That's the baby.
Kishlatralas. Channeled Dragonfire. It's a sorcery speed shock plus because you can harmonize it. It's 7 on the harmonize. Yeah, you guys just gotta tap something really big. Dragon Brood's Relic. Oh, what's this? Tap an untapped creature you control to add 1 mana of any color. So it's a 2 mana Springheart Drum. You can pay Wooburg plus 3, 8 mana. Sacrifice this artifact to make a dragon named Reliquary Dragon. Oh, that's where Reliquary Dragon is from. It has flying, lifelink, it's all colors, and when this token enters, it deals 3 damage to any target. Activate only as a sorcery. Huh. So it gains you 3 life, too, off the damage. Whack. Dirge. Seen some of those. Riling Dawnbreaker. I mean, it's an uncommon. It's a cool plains, but it's not the one I was hoping for. Hey, Tygam! People have been theory crafting about this guy trying to do something more than just copying extra turn spells, but he does give you a delayed copy of each second spell you cast, which is really cool on a 2-drop. Yeah, a lot of people, I think, are trying to figure out how best to brew this guy. I'm looking forward to seeing if it can be anything other than annoying. Are the Islands mythic rare or something? I think they're just a really low drop rate. Zenith Festival. Exiles cards, and you can play them until end of turn. It's from the Commander set. Has Harmonize. Revival of the Ancestors. For Abzan plus 1, you create 3 spirits, put 3 counters on your creatures, and then give them trample and lifelink. Feels very limited design. Inevitable Defeat. Can't be countered. Exiles target non-land permanent. Its controller loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Okay, I'd put that in a Mardu deck. It's 4 mana removal. It needs a lot of colors, but it's good. That's sweet. Yeah, for 1 more mana than Anguished Unmaking, you gain the life. Okay, last card in the pack. What? I know it's this treatment. Huh? What is it though? Chat, I don't. Is it in Japanese? Yeah, it says Japan JP on the bottom. It has Ugin art in the Ugin frame. It's a Mardu, I guess, enchantment. Because I don't know. It's All Out Assault? This is okay. This is the card All Out Assault. Why is it not in English? Yeah, it's a Ghostfire treatment. I guess that's what. Yeah, Ghostfire. Oh. Oh, it says enchantment. Can't be checked the mana cost. No. Okay, one sec. There's also a treasure / zombie druid. Okay, so I'm just gonna. It is the card All Out Assault, so I'm just gonna bring up the text. All right, I wrote All Out Ass. All right, All Out Ass. Here we go. This is a 5 mana enchantment. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and have death touch when this enchantment enters. If it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase, followed by an additional main phase. When you attack next this turn, untap each creature you control. All right. I mean, that seems like a good card. What's its collector's number? 405. Why is it in Japanese? I'm asking this entirely genuinely. Is it a mispack? Or is it intentional? Okay, wait, Death's Door says, showcase Ghostfire cards have a 1/3 chance of being in Japanese. It's intentional. Why? They don't have, like, anime artists. This is a Western artist, right? Yeah, Joshua Kairos. And this is Magali on the other one. Why do they just put Japanese cards in everything? Do they think that the part about, like, Japanese stuff that people like is the fact that it's in Japanese? Nani the heck? I get why they do it for, like, the Japanese guest artists. All right, last pack. That's a weird one. All right. Yeah. I can't read my own card. They overprinted it? No, because these are printed and packaged all in the same place, I'm pretty sure. All right, a Caustic Exhale. Ringing Strike Mastery. I need the monks. Serialized or not. I want more dragon mana. Underfoot Underdogs. I'm kind of sad Underfoot Underdogs aren't dogs. Spectral Denial. How badly pringled are foils? Oh, they're not pringled at all. Everything has been very flat in this, but it's also a very fresh booster. Hardened Tactician. Sacrifices tokens to draw cards. Stormshriek Feral. Hoof is still the big pull, yeah. I think that this, if it were in English at least, is still like a pretty sought after card. Not as much as Hoof. But I don't know because, yeah. What's this? Feral Deathgorger. Gorgeous. Get a swamp. It's not an eye! Oh, we only got 2 in the whole box? Dang, people who are looking to do dragon size for their whole decks are gonna be struggling to do so, huh? Mardu Siegebreaker. Got another one of these. This is the guy exiles one of your own creatures when it enters, and then makes copies of it attacking each opponent when it attacks. So it, like, pseudo-myriads them. It's weird. It feels like it's kind of for commander design. Tival's Judgment. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn, draw a card, make a treasure, or make a zombie. Cool. Yathan Roadwalker. Mills and brings the thing back. We saw one of those before. 2 cards left. Mardu Siegebreaker, but with the different art treatment. It's the last one. It's the last card. Roar of Endless Song. Makes a bunch of elephants and makes them bigger. A monk. Copy. Well, there's some cool dragons in here. I didn't get quite the pulls I wanted. I thought these were going to be a higher rate of drop in the Commander booster box. Or, sorry, not Commander, Collector booster box. So I'm a little sad I only got 2. But I'm very happy about the hoof. There it is. Nice. Yeah, thank you again, Wizards of the Coast, for sending me this box. I appreciate when they include me on making content for the next set. I'll be doing some sponsored streams for Wizards of the Coast too. So that should be fun as the set comes out. If you're wanting to like pick this up in paper, the set pre-release starts on the 4th. That's April 4th. And then full release is on the 11th. There's also going to be the arena release sometime on the 8th. We never know exactly when it comes out. It's usually around like 11 or 12. But whenever the updates go live. We'll get there when we get there. Was there a box topper? I think those are just in regular booster boxes. I'm not sure though. I got nothing from special guests, which I found kind of interesting. Because I thought that I probably would have hit like 2 or 3 of them on average. I know you get like one or 2 per box for a regular booster box. So I'm not too sure. Yeah, I don't know what the rate's like on that. Anyway, thank you all for checking out this box opening. It was really fun. I like getting to see these cards. I haven't seen a lot of these cards yet, despite the fact that I played with a lot of them, because if you go over to Covert Go Blue's YouTube channel, a new video went live. Tarkir Dragonstorm early commander gameplay. Teval versus Bedor versus Elsha versus Eshki. And we might be watching that on stream soon. You could also go watch it on your own. It's fun. It's me. It's Voxy. It's CGB. And it's Simo, the Yu-Gi-Oh player who it turns out is kind of amazing at Magic. He's really good. He's a very competent player. I'm excited to watch it. See how it goes, because I don't remember how the game went.